This segment brought to you by Kansas Corn. Learn more at kscorn.com.
Hi everyone, Rocky Downing. Today on Around Kansas, we visit with Mike Hayes, a microbiologist with Kansas State University. He talks about his path into Kansas State, and in his words, says he looks more like a trucker than a microbiologist, but a neat story on his path into his career.
My grandparents had a house up at Tuttle Creek Lake outside of Manhattan. So we would go up there for vacations and we'd drive around K-State. So I was K-State from early on, and then more high school, I kind of grew into KU allegiance because I had some friends that went there, and an old junior high mate of Calvin Thompson played basketball there.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Back in the mid-'80s. And
cool.
So kind of really became a KU fan about that time.
So you go to K-State with the position you took, did you know what it really was going to entail? Did you have an idea of what you would be doing, I guess is what I'm asking?
Not really.
Yeah.
I'd had some experiences doing tissue culture work and virology, and those were some of my interests. And I think I just was able to sell them on that I was interested in this, and I was willing to work for basically almost nothing at the time.
So tell us when I hear microbiologist, it sounds otherworldly to a layman like myself. What is your day like? Is it change all the time?
It kind of changes with the direction that we're now. For the past 5 years, I've worked back in a research lab.
Okay.
And by the way, it's my 30th year at K-State.
Wow.
In the lab I work in now, we do research with E. coli, salmonella, just intestinal pathogens, and we study the virulence proteins they make and inject into our host cells, into our guts. They modulate our immune system. So they flick on and flick off our immune system to help them survive. So that's what we study now. Whatever comes up, we do different side projects. Do gene editing, CRISPR gene editing. We're starting to learn some of that. But that's one of the things I really enjoy about being a research scientist is that we just kind of go in an interesting direction. Like a couple years ago, I went to the boss and said, hey, you know what? This CRISPR gene editing, this new technique's pretty cool. He said, yeah, we need to do something with that. So we sit down, we teach ourselves how to do it, and then we find ways in our field of study to apply it.
How many do you work hand in hand with, or what is paint a picture of when you go into work, what it looks like for you?
Well, I have one boss is a principal investigator. He's a PhD microbiologist. Okay. And then I'm kind of a lab manager type position. And I also have my own list of projects that I work on. We have federally funded grants from the NIH that we get, $1 million over 5 years or 2 or 3 years to study these things. And then we have 2 postdocs that come in and take research projects, and then a couple graduate students, and rarely we take on an undergraduate to come in and do the lab work.
Yeah. It's fascinating to me, and it's fascinating in the fact that I can't imagine what you are able to accomplish and do. It's also over my head completely, which is fascinating. I think, do people have a reaction when they say, what do you do for a living? I'm a microbiologist. Do you get questions or eyebrows raised, or what is the reaction?
A lot of people turn around and walk away. Like, oh my gosh, this guy's going to be so dull and boring.
And you're completely opposite of that, by the way. For those that don't know Mike Hayes, that is not the case at all. And I think that's maybe, okay, so people that get to know you as a coach or an author or just a sports fan, and then they find out you're a microbiologist, do you have a different reaction then too?
Oh, yeah. It's like, what?
Are you serious? No,
yeah.
Really, what do you do?
Yeah.
Yeah, type of deal?
because I don't look smart at all.
Sure Crop Fertilizers was started by my father, Don Sherman, and my mother, Shirley Sherman. Family business that started in the 80s. We predominantly focus on plant nutrients and what we can do to give growers better responses with the fertilizer dollars that they do, and what we can do to make those things work better for the grower. We're based out of Seneca, Kansas. We work with growers in their soil analysis to figure out what they need, and then we can put those in a blend that gives them the best results, and so that we can deliver that direct to their farm so that they have those nutrients where they need them, when they need them, and so that they can apply them in a manner that's very efficient to them and works well in their planting systems and what they're doing. Sure Crop Fertilizers has been around for a long time. We always say we're big enough to take care of everything you need, but yet we're small enough to do it quickly. You can get a hold of us at 1-800-635-4743. Our website is surecropfertilizers.com, and you can always email me at Corey@surecropfertilizers.com, and with any questions you have, and we're glad to answer it and work with you.